think it's just the experience he's going to bring into it. He's the most capped player right now in the squad that they have. And if you check the Brazilian national team, if Douglas Costa is not playing, who else can actually replace him? I think they actually had to go for the experienced Kaka for him to bring in something really different into the team.
Just a quick response. Do you think he would justify his inclusion?
Yeah, well, I can't really answer that question now.
Based on what you know about him.
Yeah, but yeah, he's still a very good player, Yemi. So if he has the opportunity, to get on the pitch, I have no doubt he will perform. But it's not the Kaka we used to know.
So yes,
so, I mean, he plays in the MLS. The MLS is not a very competitive league, so that might be a bit of a problem. Okay. But he's a decent player. If he gets his chance, I think he'll deliver.
And Sisi?
He will take it, because if at 34 you can still be a key player in your team, well, I definitely think he still has all it takes. Check when he was at Real Madrid, he was at AC Milan and all that. This is Kaka, he's someone, his experience and everything. I think that experience alone, that stability is going to bring to the midfield. I think that's actually what I'm looking at.
All right. Okay, let's talk about, well, don't let me laugh. But let's talk about this, Rafael Marquez. We have to bring this in from Mexico, and he's saying, look, Mexico can win this. It's easy to laugh it off. You look at his age, but then again, you also want to look at the players, played for some decent clubs in times past. But it's hard to believe that he's saying Mexico do have a chance, Cecilia. I don't want to laugh it off, but there's a temptation to do so.
Yeah, temptation to actually laugh it off. Mexico, I don't think so. Surely. Yeah, they have a chance, but winning it, I don't really think so. No, it's Mexico. Okay,
they're going to be against Uruguay
right now. Exactly.
They're going to play against Uruguay, Jamaica, and Venezuela. They might make it out of that group, but their chances of winning higher.
It's very slim.
Very. I mean, I don't think the odds surely are going to be very long in terms of Mexico actually winning this tournament. I mean, the best place finish they've had, twice runners up, and that was ages ago. But for Rafael Marquez, I mean, at 37, first of all, the fact that he's still playing football is still a bit surprising to me. He's been around, been there, done it. So, yeah, but, when you go into this kind of competition, you have to go in with the mindset of winning. No one goes into a tournament, going to make up the numbers. So, if Rafael Marquez is saying Mexico can win it, then they have to prove it. There's no doubt about it. They've got some really decent players, and they're ranked 16th in the world. So it's not a bad side. They're coming in as champions of CONCACAF as well. So that shows you the level of pedigree that they're bringing into this tournament. Yeah, but in terms of winning it, I think it might just be a big bridge that is too far for them to cross.
Let's quickly talk about the man that we didn't get to see him, but Chicharito.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying this might just be that time that he will make a bold statement. He has announced himself on the global stage. Did that 2010 World Cup, but this might just be that time for him, especially now that there's not going to be Carlos Vela, there's not going to be the other guy, Giovanni Dos Santos.
Yes, it
might just be Chicharito.
Yeah, he's the main man for the squad. But if you check what Chicharito has done for Bayer Leverkusen and all that, I mean, he scored how many? Close to 18 goals?
Yeah, that's 17 Bundesliga goals.
Bundesliga goals and all that. Then he also scored in the Champions League and all. He was their highest goal scorer, 26 goals and all. So when you're bringing in that kind of player into your squad, and he's practically a lone striker there.
Rely on him.
You can rely on him, but my problem is the Mexican team don't really have players you can actually quickly say, okay, I can have this one to actually support him.
Yeah.
That's the big question.
You mentioned Marquez, some creativity. Jonathan Dos Santos as well. He's not going to be in that squad.
So you wonder, it might just be a bit lonely, on the park there. But they've got other good players, and there's Hector Moreno from PSV. We saw him during the Champions League. So, but there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on Chicharito. He's a good striker, but you can't do it all by yourself. You're going to need a solid supporting cast if you want to go on to win a major tournament.
Okay. All right, guys. Let's do our team focus and look at a team that a lot of people think could go all the way. I don't know if you guys agree, but let's talk about Chile.
Sure.
They've managed to keep the spine of their team, and they're lucky with injuries. All the guys there, Turo Vidal, Alexis Sanchez, Claudio Bravo, Gary Medel, Charles Aranguiz, all of these guys made it. and they're thinking of retaining their title. With their spine still intact, Tayo, it's hard to bet against the Chileans.
Very hard. Very, very hard to bet against them. I mean, the momentum is still on, even though it's been almost a year since the last one, the last Copa America back in Chile. But yeah, like I said, all those players you mentioned, all those guys are really in great form. Alexis Sanchez, like you said, Eduardo Vargas as well. So let's not forget, it's coming from the Bundesliga. Claudio Bravo, and let's not forget how important it is to have a solid foundation. And as a goalkeeper, is arguably one of the best in the world. So it's going to give them security at the back. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, it's going to be a great tournament for Chile. I think they're surely one of the favorites.
Cecilia, I mean, you look at nobody missing. Nobody.
All
the guys you expect to be in the squad. Mauricio Isla in there. All the guys that you feel could get the job done. Gary Medel, Gino Mena, all of these guys doing well in South America, do well in Europe. It's hard to bet against them.
It's hard to bet against them. But I'm looking at, you mentioned Charles and all that. They play for Bayer Leverkusen all season. He has actually been injured. You know, he's been battling the thorn Achilles tendon. We know that. So when I actually saw his name, I was like, is the coach really actually keeping faith with those guys who won it last time? I think that's what he's doing. That's why he had to bring in Charles into the squad. But you take a look at the squad and you know that, yes, whatever happens, I think this plays, instead of we actually looking at Mexico, you know, when, Marquez is saying they can actually go far, I think the Chilean national team is a team I can tip that can actually go far. Because when you have, you know, the bulk of your players who've been together for a long time, who won the World Cup together, and you don't want to alter that squad, and you retain the crop of players, that alone actually give you that edge, because you're not worried about cohesion, you're not worried about if the players are used to playing to each other, against each other another. You're not worried about the fact that we don't really understand the play, but you're not worried about those. The only thing you're worried about is actually their fitness, which they're actually doing. They've started training, you know, they're training together, doing everything that they can. I think Chile is actually the team to watch out for, based on the selection, the squad that they've done right now.
Finally, Taya, will Argentina be in their group? Quick response. Will Argentina be in their group? Have anything to say about how far the Chileans go?
Surely, Yemi. Because the reason I say that is it's a rematch of basically what happened in the 2015 Copa America final. These two sides met, and Chile won on penalties. This time around, it's the opener in USA 2016. So it's going to be fireworks, and Argentina will surely have a say in what happens in this group.
Okay, all right. That's our beat on this Copa America segment. We do hope that you enjoyed everything that we've brought to you tonight. Sports Tonight continues after this break. John Ske. One down, one to go. We'll see what happens in the next friendly match of the Super Eagles. That's how we have to wrap things up on the show tonight. We'll do this again next week. Bye-bye now.